Okay, so finally we get to History of the Daleks Sect number 9, or Planet of the Daleks Sect 2. So yeah, this is the second Planet of the Daleks Sect, which I have a few things to say about. Now, we'll ignore the Supreme Dalek for now and talk about this, the Invisible or Translucent Dalek, which as you can see is just a completely translucent Dalek, with the exception of the screws. So yeah, not a lot to say about it, but I do really like it. It is a really cool Dalek. Now, it is based on the Invisible Dalek, and in fact, in the packaging, it almost looks like it's invisible. But yeah, the actual prop, though, was actually painted yellow because it was CSO'd, so that's what. So if it was a truly accurate one, that is the colour it would be painted, basically sort of yellowy type colour. But yeah, this is a pretty cool Dalek, and I do have the original spray painted variant here, released way back in, what was it, 2013 with the Toys R Us wave? I think it was around about then. But yeah, this is the spray paint variant, and as you can see, it is exactly the same, just minus the spray paint. Though this does mean if you do want to have a spray paint variant, you know, and you missed out on the original, it is a pretty simple task of spraying it. So yeah, now it is also still missing the oval and that on this one as well, to make it, I believe it was one of the goon props and that was used. But yeah, it's hard for the camera to focus on it, because it is so translucent. But what you could also do is you could remove the base and even make your own sort of Dalek mutants, kind of like the Dapol ones that would sit inside. It would have to kind of sit in the base unless you got rid of the inner bits there. But yeah, obviously there are certain disadvantages to this, in the fact that you can see some markings and that there. But to be honest, I do really like this Dalek. It does look really cool, and the fact that it is translucent, I mean, you could shine a light through it. In fact, have I got a torch to hand? Yes, I do. So yeah, you could shine a light through it, make it light up different colours. And it's also a really good basis if you wanted to make basically any custom like 70s or style Dalek, really, or even some 80s ones, because yeah, this is basically just the bare plastic. There's no paint on it whatsoever, so yeah, it could be a good basis for one of them. But yeah, it's a really nice Dalek. I've got nothing negative at all to say about this. I really do like it. Then we have the Supreme. Now my one, this one here, has gotten a bent dome light in the box, although the dome lights on this one is pretty rigid, but this one is pretty rubbery, so hopefully I'll use the boiling water method to try and straighten that out. But yeah, here it is. Now, a lot of people were looking forward to this, because this Supreme Dalek has never had a re-release outside of its original release until now. However, there's a slight problem with it. Now, it does have a really nice gloss finish to it, although it might be a little bit too glossy when looking at it. But there is one improvement. There's no circle in the middle, because this was originally a cursed Dalek, then it became a movie Dalek, then it became a Terry Nation Dalek, and here it is, and it later became a Weetabix Dalek. But yeah, this also has the new slack sculpt, which I went on more about in the Death to the Daleks set review. History of the Daleks set number 10, so check out that one. But yeah, so let's start some of the changes. So the dome lights on this release, for some reason, they are painted a darker sort of purple colour, which, to be honest, I think the original release got it better. These ones have unfortunately slightly dulled in that over time, but I was watching Planet the other day, and this release much closer matches. I mean, on its own, it looks a bit shiny on its own, and a little bit pale, but as soon as you compare it to the original Supreme Dalek release, Yeah, this is the colour the Dalek should be. That is not what colour the Dalek should be. So, yeah, this is the perfect demonstration. Also, the eye has changed. For some reason, the red is on the outer bit of the ring, rather than the inner bit of the ring, which it should be. And also, speaking of eyes, on the side of the eyes, it wants to... There we go. On the side of the eyes, you can also see that this is silver rather than being white. Whereas in reality, it should be white. I don't know why changes like this have been made. And also, this bit now has a tiny bit of silver on it rather than just being completely black, which it should be, because what this is, and it's really obvious on the original release as well, and on the Dalek on screen, is that this is just a torch from B&Q, and these are some jam jar lights. So, yeah, why this was changed, because to this extent, because this is, you know, I guess on its own it looks alright, but it does look, you know, it looks more of a pale sort of gold type colour compared to this, and this release is definitely superior in basically every way, apart from having a circle on the midsection there. So yeah, I don't know why this was done. I honestly don't know why this was done. The rest of the Dalek, you know, being a bit glossier, is a little bit too glossy for it, but that's, you know what, that's fine. You can live with that, fine. But yeah, I don't know why. And why does it have new sculpted dome lights as well? These dome lights, the sculpt of them is inferior to the old one. These ones are slightly sort of rounder than these ones, if I bring them in a bit closer. You can see even on the original there, you can see there's a bit of silver there where the dome lights sit on. But on these ones, it is not the case. So yeah, I don't know why new dome lights were made, and they were made this very, very vibrant purple. Now this Dalek is perfect for making, for example, the Weetabix Dalek or some other Terry Nation Daleks as a basis for like customs and that. But yeah, why it was this colour in the first place? I just don't know why. Why change it? I don't know why Aldebar has this thing where he can't just re-release something that was perfectly fine before. Like, okay, get rid of the circle. There, done. Literally done. Nothing else needs to be changed. And then we get this. It's just really annoying. It is just really annoying. And also it means that this one will also continue to hold its value. Maybe not as much as before, but it will still continue to hold its value because it's still the superior one over this one. Admittedly now, you could repaint this one to look more like this one, and then you kind of get the best of both worlds, although I still say those dome lights aren't quite as nice as these original ones either. But yeah, it's just annoying because, again, it's one of those things that's so close. It's so close. I'd say the Desktop Dalek set, if it didn't have that bloody factory error issue, that would be almost perfect, basically. This one, you know, the issues are a bit more harder to solve, because it would basically just be an entire repaint. But the translucent Dalek, or the see-through Dalek, whatever, the invisible Dalek, whatever you want to call it, that really does save this set, and it is really nice. And if you don't have a Supreme Dalek from Planet of the Daleks, it still does serve the purpose. I won't say, you know, it doesn't fit in at all. It still does look nice as a Dalek, but it's not accurate to the actual thing at all. And it's a shame because we already had one that was. So, yeah, a bit disappointing in that regards. And also, this one was a bit more difficult to do the same trick that I did with the Desktop Daleks one, though I was still able to do it, where I cut around the bottom and pull the Daleks through the bottom, so that way you can put them back in. For me to talk more about the packaging, this type of packaging, again, see my Desktop Daleks review. Taking a look at the back, you can see a load of information. Basically, none of which I actually care about. So, yeah. But there we go, people. There we go. Overall, I do still like this set. But it is disappointing with that. But at least for this one, we don't have, any actual factory errors. But the way these are packaged, yeah. So a lot of these I've seen with bent eye stalks. And my one there has a bent dome light. And this is simply because of the way that they're put into the packaging. Hopefully, I'm not expecting it with the next lot, but hopefully next year they can sort out something with this packaging, because this just feels very kind of half-assed, this packaging, and I won't blame Aldebar for that one. That is purely a character thing. But yeah, there we go, people. There we go.